Hello, my name is Michael Kuzmic. I'm the instructor for your Autocad class, ARC 142. I've been teaching it now for many years. I taught the evening class at 5:30 only just because we have to offer a class for those that work during the day and need to come to a class at night. We have this class also online. An adjunct is teaching it, and she has a full class. We have, looks like we may have 10 people from what I can see, and one person is in the other section. So what I'm saying to you now as you hear this is that everybody should show up on Tuesday night, and we should all have enough room. I think there's a total of 10 people, so we can have 10 people in the classroom. I think if that's a problem, I think I'll double check. If there's a problem with that, I can always send you another quick announcement, but I'm going to be up at school on Wednesday checking out that lab in 284. Now, excuse me, with the problems we have with the flu, with the virus, flu, bacteria, whatever it is, we have to have a mask on, and we have to kind of keep social distancing going, and I can't be touching your keyboard and I can't be touching your mouse, so I'll either have to use a pointer or a laser or something if you have some questions or problems with some of your stuff. I'm working on trying to be able to take your desktop over temporarily to help you with a problem or laying something out with Autocad, so that we don't have to be touching, I don't have to be touching your equipment, and we'll be following the rules of the college. The college would rather have you all at home, but I find that I fought to have this classes face-to-face, offer face-to-face to those people who feel like they need face-to-face in order to have a better experience in school, as opposed to having it all online. Online is fine. Some of this stuff, once in a while you run into a problem using technology, and so you're depending on both the software and also the way of communicating. And this way we don't have to worry about the communicating part, because we'll all be together. And it's a small class, so it's going to be 10 people, so it should be rather nice, and you'll all have a better chance of learning AutoCAD. AutoCAD's still being used. There's still a demand for it. This class also has a SketchUp element. I highly recommend. I think I published the class. Let me see if I did. I think I did already. So you should be able to go into, yes, you should be able to go into Canvas and see what it's all about. There's welcome, and there's a little bit about me, and then there's all the stuff that we're going to cover in this semester as far as drawings go. You're going to be learning a workflow. If you already had 141, it's not going to be quite the same. You're still going to be using AutoCAD, but you're going to be learning how to use some of the tools and stuff that make it an easier method, so you don't have to redraw so much every time. You're not going to be tracing over lots of stuff, maybe just a bit of stuff, but you'll be learning a workflow, and you'll be introduced to the tools in AutoCAD that you've probably never seen before. In fact, I know that there's a lot of people who use AutoCAD for the last 10 years that don't know how to use some of these tools. What typically happens is that they learn AutoCAD, they upgrade once in a while, and I had one guy in my class, and he actually was in the Revit class, but he was using AutoCAD, he was trying to learn Revit, excuse me, and he was still using an old version of AutoCAD, and he still didn't know how to do a lot of the things I kind of quizzed him about a little bit. I said, well, are you using this, or are you using that? And he said, no, I just use an old version of AutoCAD, and I just go along my own merry way. So that's fine. You can do what you want, but it's like everything else, that there's new techniques all the time, and most of the time these techniques, if you master them, then they'll become time savers, and you become that much faster. I'm not much of a keyboarder, but I am a right clicker, and I do use these tools, and I'm going to teach you the way I do it. But on the other hand, you'll find other ways of maybe doing it that feel more comfortable for you. So I'm not going to be standing over your shoulder making sure you do it the way I want you to do it. I'm not going to be doing that. I would never do that. I'll let you just work it out on your own. No textbook. There's no textbook. Everything that you need is on Canvas, and I would recommend highly that you download all the PDFs and put those into a file folder. And if you want to print them out, the printer will still be available to you in case you want to print those out. We might go ahead and still print in class, since this is a face-to-face class. We might go ahead and still have you print them out on paper so you'll see the line weights. I emphasize good layer management and line weights like crazy. What else? So the first night, so when you come to class, make sure you have a mask. Number one, you got to wear a mask. That's the law that's been laid down, obviously, and that's what they want everybody to do. Walking around out there and going to stores and stuff, wear a mask. We'll be practicing social distancing, but there's a little device out in the front of the applied sciences in the hallway, and it'll show you. You'll look into it. You'll see your image. It'll say, okay, you got a mask on, and your temperature is normal. You can proceed on. Might ask you at the door if you're feeling okay. I'm not prying, but we have to make sure that nobody gets sick. If anybody gets sick in the class, the whole class gets shut down for 2 weeks, minimum. And since it's a face-to-face class, I guess we could switch over to online. I mean, we could do that. But that's not what this class was set up for. And some people, that's why I gave people a choice. Most people have opted out for face-to-face, for online. And there's a bunch of various reasons for that, of course. Maybe a lot of them don't want to come to class. I've already had several students tell me they don't feel comfortable coming to class while the pandemic is still going on. And that's fine by me, because that's, you may have an elderly person at your house, you may have a young child. Some of these people have had babies and stuff, they don't want to get them sick. And we just don't know where each other's been. So the best thing I recommend you doing while you're in class anyway is to kind of maybe just stay at home as much as you can, and get enough sleep, and try to stay healthy so your immune system has a chance to work if you do catch something. But I'm not going to be taking temperatures at the door. There'll be sanitation. I think there's going to be sanitation hand wipes or whatever it is in the class. When I was there the other day, they were setting up a machine for that. So there'll be a plastic thing at the front desk there where sometimes I would sit, but I don't sit too much. I try to walk around, but maybe I won't be doing too much walking around, and you have to raise your hand, and I'll just have to come over there in order to keep the social distancing, because if I walk in between you, maybe it'd be a little bit difficult. So we'll have to just work it out in class. But I think it's going to be an experiment just like anything else. So we'll just make it happen with a small amount of people in the class, about half the size of the class. So we should be fine. And some people are going to miss one night, or maybe two nights they might miss. I don't know. So there might even be fewer people in one class every so often. So, all right. So you won't get any more. This is the video that I'll be sending to you, and then you'll show up on Tuesday night at 5:30. I'll be there, and from there we'll start the class and teach you how to use AutoCAD and also SketchUp. You'll be introduced to SketchUp, so it's a double whammy for you, which is what everybody wants you to know now. So when you go out to get a job, you'll have at least 2 of those skills. Maybe not Revit, but at least you'll have 2 skills, and that's better than no skills at all, or even just 1 skill. Everybody wants to see 3D, some kind of 3D. AutoCAD does have 3D built into it, but it's clumsier and not as intuitive as SketchUp might be. So we'll see you at next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow. Today's Monday, so we'll see you a week from Tuesday. And have a good weekend.